Man, I feel like most people are probably focusing on a Topuria and Pimblett fight more than anything, but let's give Rodrigo Vargas some airtime right now. And let's be real, the UFC is obviously trying to set some things up here. I think they want to give Paddy a pretty clean victory to continue the streak that he's on. I mean, he took a couple years off just to get better and he's on a first round finish streak of 3 fights. He won 2 back-to-back at Cage Warriors, and he came in against a guy like Vendramini, and, for how good of a striker Vendramini is, for Paddy to take the damage that he did and then just come back and make that happen with those big hooks. I mean, such a fun fighter to watch. His persona is getting really, really popular, and it's weird, but you could almost make the argument that he is a heel waiting to just burst out of his shell, a UK Colby Covington, if you will. I just see a lot of that on its way. But outside of that, I think Paddy's got that excitement in him. I think that when you look at the way that people relied so much on his grappling in those early parts of those fights, especially those last 2 heading into Vendramini debut, him pulling off a striker's win against a striker, probably getting a fight where people thought he was going to be the grappler taking out the striker, is a huge feather in his cap going into a fight like Rodrigo Vargas. Now, Vargas is primarily known for upsetting a whole bunch of parlays. I'm sure when he took on Zong was supposed to be a highly touted Chinese prospect out of the Shanghai PI, and Vargas just completely, surprised everybody. He was able to dominate him in terms of just like those close areas of grappling and landing some good shots. But in this case, I just think Paddy's going to be able to be a lot more elusive, a lot more quick, and the work he's doing with his striking is obviously going to help him get the fight to where he needs it to be. And for me, it's just the matchup in terms of style is very tough to see. You talk about paths to victory for Rodrigo Vargas. I think it's going to be top position. I think that there's areas where if he can avoid giving up his back, if he can avoid just being on his back as well. Those are the areas, ground and pound, point style fighting. I'm curious to see how good his striking is going to be with Paddy, because I think Paddy's just going to be getting better and better and better the whole time. Whereas Rodrigo, we've kind of seen it, right? He's in that 35 plus, 30 plus range where everything is hit or miss depending on the talent you're facing. And in this case, it's really tough to say if he has any clear paths to victory. Whereas with Paddy, it's like, not only would he have been able to be that quick grappling style elusive fighter, but now we're seeing him get better in the striking range. And so size-wise, I just don't see much of an advantage for Rodrigo anywhere. And, I think if he's able to hold Paddy down and get a point-style win, get some good grappling opportunities, some ground and pound, that kind of stuff, it's probably his best ticket to a victory here. But Paddy's such a good grappler. It's just he seems to want to do the North American style of fighting, which is swanging and banging, baby. But I'm going with Paddy's a minus 250. There's just no reason to suggest this line could not be astronomical already, just based on the hype and what he's been up to lately. So let's take a look. I'm going to go Paddy minus 250. Let's take a look here. And again, 200 points off. So minus 400 opener, getting as high as a minus 500 now. And Rodrigo's very likely going to hit that plus 350 to plus 400 range come Saturday. But again, I think it's going to be hella fun. Paddy's looking for that hometown victory, and there's just so much in his favor for this fight that it's just hard to predict against him and even find ways for Vargas to upset in probably one of the biggest fights of the night for that hometown crowd. So as always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Keep it locked to SookyMMA. Peace.